What's up, everybody? What's going on? This is your boy Trey. I'm back, and we just coming on live, taking a little time while I'm out here waiting. Don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Support little old me, little short, fat country boy from Texas, and we're not doing nothing extravagant. We just having conversation. So far, thank everybody that has subscribed. Thank you for checking out the other videos and responding and commenting and fussing and fighting and doing what y'all do on the internet. I appreciate that. All of that means everything. Even if you don't like me, hit the down. That also helps, the algorithms also. So I appreciate everybody. So go ahead and check it out and check me out. Check the channel out. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it. We're going to dive in. We're going to go ahead and get in and we're going to get out of it. We want to talk about this goddamn Diddy. Oh, Diddy. Did Diddy do it? Did he do it? I think that's one of the main discussions that people are having right now. Did Diddy do it? Did he do it or did he not? Okay, so we don't know if he did it. We don't know if he did it not. We don't know the whole scenario, the situation. So far, we're going by from what we hear, what we're seeing, and what they're telling us. And I'll tell you what, from my angle of looking at things and looking at the laws and looking at, everybody scat fighting on the internet and going in and acting a fool and all that kind of stuff. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. You definitely have to stay on top of your game, stay on top of everything you got going on, and make sure you don't get caught up. Because right now, as we can tell, it is illegal to have a fetish in the United States. It's illegal to have a sexual desire, whatever that may be, what you like. I don't know what you like. I don't know. So whatever you like, you got to be careful with it, because it can't come to a point where, hey, it's illegal. It's a shame that we live in a day where all a woman got to do is scream and cry, and all of a sudden, the police ride up on you. They're ready to take you to court, put you in federal court. Don't fly nobody in. You know how these females get on the internet talking about they got flown in, they got flew in. Okay, you got to be careful with that. They're trying to hit them with that RICO charge, one man show, one man RICO. When you look at the RICO laws, the RICO was actually, for the mobsters and things like that. They had a bunch of organization going around. They had a lot of stuff going on, especially when it come to drugs, when it come to rape, when it come with all kinds of stuff that they were doing. That RICO thing was designed just so it could target them and not one person. But we see that this RICO thing is now trickling down to where they're charging one person with RICO. R. Kelly, they got him, with that. Not on Diddy, they got other people that went down, on different situations like that, so we got to be careful with what's going on. See, what I don't understand and what I don't like about this whole Diddy situation, ladies and gentlemen, it is a sad situation, because not one time yet since I've been following the case have they talked about what he goddamn did. Okay, we have not had a discussion about that yet. We haven't heard nothing. Everybody is saying what they're saying. Everybody getting on the stand. They crying. Okay, everybody saying that they went over to his house and they drunk a little something. They started dancing. They started partying. Ain't nothing like a Diddy party. Ain't nothing like a goddamn Diddy party. Oh my God. Okay, so everybody's saying they had a good time. Everybody's saying that they loved it. Okay, of course, you got some people that went to certain points where they didn't want to do it no more, but they was under obligation because they had already put their name out there. They put their stuff out there. Didn't know a lot about them that he really needed to know. So now they got to keep this thing going, to keep their name clear, keep their money coming in. So now they're pissed off and mad. And now we got a new lawsuit that popped up today with Fat Joe. He got some things going on. Everybody got some things going on. Everybody doing what they do. Listen, let me tell y'all something. This whole Diddy situation is a bunch of hogwash. I'm telling y'all, I think and what I feel, the only way that he don't make it out of this case, okay? The only way that he do not make it out this case is that the judge and the prosecutor have to work together, and they have to do some misconduct in the prosecutorial process. Okay, I think that's the only way that he's not gonna make it out of it, because if they follow the rules of law, if they follow everything that is going on so far, there's nothing going on. Okay, and of course he had the situation with Casey where he drug her in the hallway, and and did what he did with that. Okay, I understand that, and that is not he is not excused from that. Of course, there is punishment of that crime. And I'm quite sure that particular crime alone, he has already got time served with that, if they was to charge him on that. But they're not even charging him with that. They're not charging him with anything that people know of, things that he actually did, that even celebrities are coming out talking about that he have did to them. We got Usher in the mix. We got we know some things that happened with some other artists and things like that. And That is not being talked about in this case, okay? But what's being talked about is everything but the right thing. And you have a lot of people that's standing at the courtroom that's doing reportings and things like that. I only saw one reporter that actually reported the whole truth and nothing but the truth, okay? So what's going on in that courtroom is that I think that the prosecution team is literally billing their case while they're prosecuting the case. That's fucked up. I think that they are billing the case while they are prosecuting the case, okay? So really, they didn't have nothing on him that would really stick. So what they're doing, they're trying to make all this stuff stick together. And that's a possibility that he may walk on this case. Now, I didn't say that he did not do it. I didn't say that he did not, essay all these people and do all this bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, you still need to make sure that your charges fit the crime. And if the charges are not fitting the crime, we're going to have a problem in the case because you got to go back and redo it. Now, I wouldn't be surprised that if he was to beat the case, then they come back and try to bring that sucker back in on appeal. Okay, they try to bring it back up and come in with some new ideas because it's not about Diddy that they want. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about Diddy. They don't want Diddy. They want Diddy money. He got too much money. He got too much power. He know how to make too many things happen. A lot of people don't know him for his rapping. A lot of people don't care about his rapping, his songwriting, and all of that. It's his business ideas, his business mind that he able to pull some things together and make things happen. Especially when he went out to Ciroc and went out to, the company that was behind Ciroc and all some other things that, that he had going on that they came up behind him. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a problem. And so I think that what's going to happen is Diddy going to walk from this case. He's going to walk, but I don't think he's going to walk clean. It's not going to be a clean walk. It's not going to be a hooray walk. It's going to be a different kind of walk. I don't know what kind of walk. I can't put my finger on it, but right now this case is bullshit. That's what it is, okay? If somebody was offended, charge that person for what the offense is. If somebody was essayed, charge them for the essay, okay? If somebody was kicked in the throat, charge them for kicking them in the throat, okay? Don't try to work up all these RICO charges and work up a RICO case and try to stick him with flying people in, bringing people in, people running out to get the drugs, bringing it back in, security guards testifying, workers testifying, saying that we went and got the drugs, and when he brought the drugs back, we went and got the baby oil, we the ones who fixed the sheets, we the ones who went and got all the stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, the story crazy as hell. Oh my God. From what I have heard, the story crazy as hell. Some of the stuff that Diddy had going on. Diddy was screwing them people so hard, Diddy had to go get some doggone water to pump in their veins. He had to get some IVs, to get the drugs and the sex good time out their system. That's a lot. So some of the stuff that Diddy was doing was absolutely atrocious, okay? But he's not being charged for it, and that is the problem. You got to be charged for. He's not being charged for that. So they are so big on trying to take Diddy down. They are so big on trying to get him out of the loop and try to get him in a situation where they can snatch everything from him, and they forgetting the purpose of actually going after Diddy. It was because it found out that Casey got drugged in the hallway, Casey got beat up, or whatever the case may be. Casey came forth, lawsuits were filed, things will happen, and then on the background of things, some settlement deals took place. The Fed swooped in and came in. What they should have did was went after those sexual allegations, went in after all these people they are trying to hide. Come to find out one of the prosecutors is the same prosecutor for Epstein, something like that, had something to do with it or whatever the case may be. This some bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, because I think what's going to happen now, we're up to the defense is now is working. The defense is now finna give their statements. They're now finna bring out their truth. Brian, let me tell y'all something. Brian Steele ain't no joke. Brian Steele is not a joke. He is not a game. Brian Steele told Slim, what his name, Slim Thug? I believe it's not Slim Thug. Oh my God, he from Texas. I forgot the rapper dude down there with Fannie Willis. Okay. He had told him that I wish he had not pleaded out on this case because we was right there. And he was. I followed that case all the way through. Okay. So Brian Steele ain't no joke by himself. Okay. Now you got 4 or 5 or 6 other Brian Steeles right there with him. They gonna have some problem. The defense has now took the floor, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a showdown. It's gonna be a showdown just with the defense alone, because them cats is something serious. Brian Steele, something serious. If you want somebody to fight a case, I think it need to be Brian Steele. Okay, so I know right now what's finna go down. It is finna be a crazy time while the defense is up, because the defense is finna call it out, tell the truth, and know what it is. The judge is also full of shit. The judge is working with the prosecutors. You know what? We're living in a legal time. We're living in a legal time where these goddamn judges are now openly expressing your guilt before the trial is over. Judges are now expressing their guilt before the trial is over. That's incorrect. That's not what's supposed to happen. Why is these judges expressing guilt before the trial is over? I think in the judge's mind, he has already sided with the prosecutor that he's guilty. But I'm gonna tell you something. Brian Steele's finna do so. How do you know that? How do you know that, Trey? I think I know that because you removed the black juror. You removed the black juror because you felt like, okay, the black juror didn't tell the truth on where he stayed, where he lived, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and you replace it with something. Now you got another issue with juror number 7. I think you moved number 6, and now you got a problem with number 7. I think it's one of those. Okay, or either the other way around. Now you're going to remove another juror because he heard some stuff, and now some stuff got leaked out the courtroom, and then you got these dumbass YouTubers who out here going to the courtroom and coming back and telling people names and stuff, which they're not supposed to do. That the court is using John Doe and all that kind of stuff. They're trying to hide all of these people that's actually involved, and that's going to come out too. I promise you. Diddy is not going to let this go down by himself. The defense is going to reveal all them motherfuckers. The defense is going to reveal all of them because Diddy want them out there. Diddy want them to be said. Diddy want their names to be spoken. Diddy is not trying to go down in prison for the rest of his life behind some people who won't even come to court, behind some people who won't even come see him, behind some people who won't even get out there and fight on his behalf. It's finna go down. The defense has hit the floor. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. Y'all go ahead and show me some love. I'm just a little fat country boy. Y'all want to go ahead and grow the channel. I'm going to try my best, y'all. We're going to try to chop it up. We're going to talk about everything. Okay? So y'all go ahead, lock in, and let's get it going, baby. Peace out. Much love.